Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to this session on mindful conversation. This is a topic, which was kind of picked up by one of the participants of the mindful living community, and she wanted to know about this. So that is how we picked up on this topic. So if you have anything that you would like to be covered in these sessions, coming sessions, please feel free to WhatsApp me or put it out on the group that this is the topic that you would like to covered in the following sessions, and we'll be happy to do that. Welcome all of you to this session today. I really appreciate your taking out time and joining us. I assure you that I'll try my best to make this worth your while. In the session today, we'll be doing two exercises. So it will be nice if you're not disturbed during this time. In one of the exercises, you will be, doing along with the participants. So it will be nice if you are camera ready. Please ensure you are in a place where you are not disturbed. And in case you can't be secluded, at least put out a post-it or something which tells people that you are not to be disturbed. Shubhra, is there an issue with my audio? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so Shubhranshu, maybe you need to check the audio at your end. My voice seems to be clear to the other participants. Thanks for pointing that out, Shubhranshu. So communication is the cornerstone of any relationship, and this is relationships at work, at home, anything. Whenever we think in terms of improving our relationship, what we think about is how do we communicate with the person to improve the relationship. If there is a broken relationship, what we focus on is communication. How do we speak to the person and get our communication right. So this is what it's the bedrock of any relationship. But what happens is when we are speaking, we notice that the other person is not giving us the attention that is due to us, or is distracted, or is busy thinking of how to respond to us rather than listening to what we are saying. And the tough part is that not when it happens to us, we get very irritated, but we also are guilty of doing this to others, when we are listening. What we need to realize is that communication is a two-way street, and both sides are equally important. Mindful listening can help us improve our relationship by removing roadblocks on the two-way street. When we listen mindfully to our partner, friend, family member, or colleague, it can help us improve understanding, compassion, and reduce frustration. And an added bonus is that they may also listen to us more mindfully when we are speaking. There is another benefit of listening mindfully. Is there something that comes to your mind which you would like to share? You could unmute yourself or respond in the chat. What are the other benefits of listening mindfully? One is that the other person listens to us. What else is a benefit?
Basically, we understand their world, and also we build respect in the process. And we use the time to really, because right now the time is so short, and people can get distracted so fast. This gives an opportunity to really get the information also quickly and understand and build bonding and friendship. Everything can happen because of that one quality of deep listening or mindful listening.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that, sharing that, Sunita, and welcome to the session today. I'll share with you one instance how I used this in my workplace. When I used to lead large teams in the corporates that I worked in, and I would have my reviews with teams, my typical review would be for about an hour, and in which I would listen for about 40-45 minutes and speak for only about 10-15 minutes. And during the 40 or 45 minutes that the people used to speak, I used to get so much valuable information about them, which later helped me motivate them to perform better. So just to share with you an example, there was a person who was working with me and he wanted to send his parents to Umrah. There was another person who was working and his intention was to get his sister married off. So when I got to know this, and they shared this with me because, I was listening to them, I would bring this up in my conversations with them, so how you are doing, how your parents are doing, how's your sister doing. And then, every time I would remind them of their goals, and then they would be motivated to perform better and better. So that's how when we listen to people, we get information which can help us, I wouldn't say manipulate, but, manage them or manage the relationship or motivate them better. So there are a lot of advantages, if I'm sure you also would have experienced that. And listening is not something that you just do. It's not a passive thing. Sometimes people think that it's a passive, listening is very passive. And if you're listening, you're not in a position of power. But I'll share with you that listening is a very active skill and it requires full attention. First of all, we need to prepare our mind to be able to listen to what the person is saying. We need to give the speaker our attention, the gift of our attention. And we need to clear our mind. Most of the times we are so busy that when we are listening to somebody, we are thinking of what the other person was saying to me before this meeting, or I may be thinking about the work that I am going to do after this person leaves. So rather than, give attention to what this person is saying, we are thinking of something else. So one thing that mindful listening helps us do is bring our complete attention to the person and give our attention. Second process is about looping, wherein we, and I'll share those words with you, which you may choose to use later, is when we check with the speaker, is this what you said? Is this what you meant? Have I understood you correctly? And that, by that process of looping or close looping, we make sure that we are all on the same page. Third is, preparing our body to listen. Sometimes we are, we have closed our hands over our chest, or, we are feeling very aggressive and as if we are going to punch, or maybe we are just leaning forward. Different ways through our body, we give signals to the person whether we are really listening to them attentively or not. And also, it is important that we check with our own body of how am I feeling when the other person is saying something. So there is a particular person who irritates me a lot, so every time, and the person happens to be female, so I'm being gender neutral, but it's just because it's a she I'm going to talk about. Whenever she calls me, my heart, I'm getting so irritated, I'm getting so angry, and then what I do is I pay attention to what's happening in my body, and I try and control myself and stay on course with what she's saying, be as objective as possible, and listen to her. So listening is very, very active. It involves your mind, it involves being aligned with our body, and it's a two-way process where we are listening and checking with the speaker if we are understanding them right. And we are doing this non-judgmentally. We're not judging the other person from a view that we need to respond to him or her, but we are listening with an intent to understand. Imagine, if we are a part of a team where we are listened to without being judgmental. Imagine a father-son relationship where son can speak what he wants to the father without the fear of being judged, or a mother-daughter relationship where the daughter can speak to the mother without feeling that I am being judged. imagine a world where we can speak what we want without being judged, or how easy the communication will be, how the trust will be when we drop judgment and when we listen to the other person with complete intention. That is what mindful listening is about. And this is a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh: when we offer others our presence, the most precious gift we can offer others is our presence. And when mindfulness embraces those we love, they will blossom like flowers. So, friends, with that, I would like to invite you for a practice of mindfulness where we will practice mindfulness. And after the practice of mindfulness, we will do a breakout activity where we will speak and listen to each other in turns. So, I invite you to please settle down comfortably. Sit with your back and neck straight. Close your eyes and mouth gently. If you're not comfortable with closing your eyes, you could keep them open in a soft gaze and looking at the floor below you. If you wear specs, please remove the specs and bring your attention, entire attention, on the area at the entrance of the nostrils. Please bring your attention, entire attention, on the area at the entrance of the nostril and observe every breath that is coming in and every breath that is moving out. Normal breath, natural breath as it is. Don't do anything, just be aware of every breath coming in, every breath moving out. Remain alert of every breath coming in, every breath going out. Natural breath, normal breath as it is. If it is long, Let it be long. If it is shallow, let it be short. Passing through left nostril, passing through right nostril, or through both the nostrils. Just remain aware, do nothing. Constantly aware of the breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath. If your mind wanders, it is not a mistake. Ever so gently bring the attention back to focus on the breath. The more number of times you bring your attention back to focus on your breath, stronger does the muscle of your attention become. Continue to focus on breathing, incoming breath, outgoing breath. Like a gatekeeper, be aware of every breath entering the nostril, aware of every breath moving out of the nostril. Like a watchman, be aware of every breath entering the nostril. Be aware of every breath moving out of the nostril. As we come to the end of this practice, take a full deep breath, taking in all the energy of this practice. Exhale fully as you become fully alert and awake. Consider setting the intention that this practice of building awareness will benefit everyone you come in contact with today. And when you are ready, you may gently open your eyes and return to the present moment. You may stay with the feeling for a couple of seconds. Once you're comfortable, please feel free to share your experience in the chat box. Thanks, Sunita. Thanks, Rajni. We will now move, thanks, Nilofer. We'll now move to the next part of the session. Thanks, Fatima. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now move to the next part of the session where we will, thanks, Manish, where we will, I'll share instructions about the exercise that we are going to do. So please listen carefully. After I share the instructions, I will break the group into breakout rooms. And there will be two people in each breakout room. There might be three because we may have an odd number. And amongst you, you will choose one person as the speaker who will go first. The speaker will speak for 2 minutes uninterruptedly. And if you run out of things to say, it's okay. stay silent and resume when you have something to speak. So suppose after 1 minute you have no more and you have nothing more to say, then you can stay silent for next 1 minute, or you speak for 1 minute, you have nothing to say, you think, and then after 30 minutes you have something else to say, then you start speaking at 1 minute 30 seconds and continue till 2 minutes. You can talk about anything that is meaningful to you. It could be something that happened recently. It could be a difficult experience or situation that you experienced long time ago or recently, about how you're feeling now, or your self-assessment about yourself. It could be any one of these things. Speak on any topic for 2 minutes. And listeners, please listen with complete attention without interrupting, questioning, or prodding the speaker. You may acknowledge by making facial expressions, by nodding your head, or saying, I see or I understand, but don't over acknowledge. And if the speaker runs out of things to say, give them space for silence and be available to listen when he or she speaks again. During the process, if you find that your attention is wandering away, just gently bring it back to the speaker as if he or she is the sacred object of meditation. Please check with the feelings in your body. Many a times we don't listen to people because we get distracted by our own feelings, internal chatter, in reaction to what the other person said. So please be aware of how you're feeling in the body. Once the speaker has finished, only after the 2 minutes are over, the listener will loop back with the speaker by saying these are suggested terms, you could do your own thing. What you say sounds important. To make sure I understand you correctly, I would like to repeat what you said, repeat to you what I think I heard. Let me know if the understanding is correct. Is that okay for you? You can use your own words. This is just a suggestion. And looping is that collaborative process in which both speaker and listener work together to help listener fully understand. And in case listener, there is a gap in what the listener says, then speaker will give feedback, and this will go on back and forth till the speaker is okay. So so this will go back and forth. Please keep your phone switched off or on silent mode during this practice. There are 2 minutes for speaking and 2 minutes for looping. So if person A speaks for 2 minutes, after that B will loop for 2 minutes. And once the first speaker finishes, then listener and speaker will flip, and B will become the speaker and A will become the listener. After both the persons have spoken, share feedback on how it felt to be listened sincerely, with full attention, without being judged. And that you can do that feedback for 4 minutes. So total exercise will be for 12 minutes. Listener will keep time. And now I will pause here to see if you have any questions or concerns. So Nagraj says that he's in office, so he'll only be able to only listen. So Nagraj, so anybody who gets paired with Nagraj, you will have a very good listener. And Manas says his network is poor, so we have to deal with the technology and see how it will go. But happy to take any questions, comments. You could unmute yourself and speak. or you can type your questions in the chat. I'll wait for a couple of seconds and then I'll assign each one of you to a breakout room.
Uh, Hey Ashish, so this is Anirudh.
Yeah, hello.
I joined in a bit late, so it could just brief me the objective of this exercise. I do understand that a person has to speak in for a few minutes,
Yeah.
and the rest of the group would be listening for say around uh, for the same time without interrupting much, and they'll be trying to understand what the person is saying. And this is it all, or what's the objective of this exercise? That I would like to understand.
No, thanks for asking that, Anirudh, because there are a couple of people who joined it late. So this is about mindful communication. Communication is very, very important for forming good relationships. And so whenever we think in terms of improving our relationship with anybody, the first thing we will think is how do we communicate? And when we think of communication, usually we think only about speaking. We don't think about listening. So today's session is about listening, how to listen to people with full attention and with full presence. Mostly the concept about listening is that it is a passive exercise, but it is not a passive exercise. It's a very, very active exercise where you need to clear your mind and give full attention to the person who is speaking, and also check with your body on the feelings and emotions that arise and be aware of them, because many a times how we feel interrupts with the process of our listening. So loop, and then after the speaker has spoken, you check back with the speaker by repeating what you understood of what he said, and uh, you do that. So it is clearing our mind, paying attention to our body, and being fully present to listen. And so Pratnya asked, can you give us topics for speaking? The topic could be anything that is meaningful to you. It could be your impression of yourself, what you like about yourself, what you would like to change. It could be anything that you're feeling right now, or it could be a difficult situation that happened recently. Anything that you want to talk about. So feel free to choose your topic. I'm okay. Manish is logging out because he's got some commitment. Fair enough, Manish. Thanks for giving us the heads up. Any more questions? Else I will assign you to the breakout rooms. Okay. So 12 minutes. We into there will be 7 breakout rooms, 2 people, create rooms. Breakout rooms will close after 12 minutes, and there will be a 1 minute timer. So at 11th minute you will get an update.
Ashish sir, I got disconnected. Can you again connect me to ma'am, please?
Which room were you in?
I'm not able to get.
रजनी तुम किसके साथ थे?
Sorry, sir, I don't remember ma'am's name.
Because I Nilofer, were you with Nilofer, right?
I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've assigned you now, Rajni. Cyril?
Yes, Ashish?
Hi, is your exercise over?
No, there was it just appeared as a Nagaraj Madaj something, and it was just silent. I mean, it was mute.
Sorry?
I couldn't hear any voice or anything.
Because Nagraj said that he is in office, so he'll not be able to speak, but he will listen to you. So did you speak or you didn't speak?
No, rather I got it wrong. I didn't speak. I was just sitting quiet and I was trying to listen. I mean, I was trying to hear something.
No problem, no problem. So we are finishing the exercise in 15 seconds, so we will then get to listen from others, Cyril.
Okay.
Yeah. Farzeen, Fatima, how was your experience? Were you together?
Ashish, initially I was with, I think, Ruchi, but then I got disconnected, and then suddenly I got paired with Fatima, and I don't know whether the audio was clear, but I couldn't hear anything from her side.
Okay. Fatima, can you speak?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
hi
sir,
Fatima.
I got logged out.
Okay. So some technical issues.
Yes.
Okay. So we have everybody back now. Who would like to go first? Please feel free to unmute. Feel free to put on your video and speak and share your experience.
Yeah, so I would go first.
Yes, sure, Sunita.
Yeah, I'm Sumita, and I was so surprised that I met Guru Prasad today in our meetup room. That's so beautiful. And I spoke, and it was so nice that when I spoke, Guru Prasad gave his complete listening, and when he spoke back, he did not miss out even a single point. And when he was replaying back everything to me, it was so nice to listen that, okay, somebody can pay that kind of an attention or mindfulness and presence. And I felt that whatever I shared within the 2 minutes, he got it completely. And again, when he was speaking, I also followed your steps, like, how to be present and give it as a gift. Listening is a gift. And when I was present, I was actually checking whether I'm dipping anywhere, but the kind of meditation you gave in, the dipping did not happen, and I was fully present, and it was a beautiful experience. Thank you so much, Ashish.
Thank you. That's such a powerful. How did you feel about it, Sunita?
It is like I felt that exchange of information, exchange of energy, exchange of presence was so there, like, both of them ready in that moment to be able to understand and get the information right.
Very powerful.
A very beautiful feeling. Felt very nice.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Guru Prasad here.
Yes, Guru Prasad.
Yeah, it was a very nice, beautiful experience. First time in my life I'm doing something like this, mindful listening. And because I met Sunita also, who is my good friend, I was surprised. Universe brought us together today suddenly.
You know each
And
other.
yeah, quantum leap we have done, no?
Okay. Wonderful. Forward.
So it was totally a new experience, and whatever you taught in the morning before, like it was excellent. We could just be in that vibration and hear totally fully out. And Sunita could also reproduce 100% of what I told, and I could also reproduce the same thing.
Very
So
good.
thanks, Ashish, for this. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Guru Prasad. Thank you, Sunita. Very wonderful to have this share. Anybody else would like to share?
Hi, Ashish,
Hi.
this is Rupa.
Yes, hi, Rupa.
Yeah, so I was just typing that I might not be able to do the exercise because I got logged off and I didn't really hear the part about communication and looping. But you made a chat room by then, and Manas and I were in the chat room. Both
Okay.
of us had poor signals, so our videos were not on. And we actually made good progress. When he spoke, I didn't, interrupt barring once.
Yeah.
And when I spoke, he gave me a totally patient hearing. And both of us spoke about communication and the aspects where it comes in, um, where we see it in everyday life. Like he spoke about call centers where you really want to be heard. And I spoke about everyday life where sometimes people just need someone to talk to, and hence the need for psychologists whom you pay and go to. But it always feels nice to have friends. And I think we made good progress. So we ran out of a little bit of time because of a little bit of the network thing, and also me explaining that I had missed out the part about communication and looping. But otherwise, I think it was wonderful where both of us got to speak and to be heard, and the looping was good. Manas didn't get enough time to loop back, but I think he kind of understood what I was saying.
That's great, Rupa. Manas, would you like to share?
No, sir. We had a very detailed discussion regarding what exactly is communication, and most of the times communication is all about hearing the other person and being heard. So Rupa presented a very truthful about incident which has happened, where she said that when Michael Jackson expired, he had no food in his stomach and he was all lonely and everything, but he had millions of fans. So probably he was somebody who wanted to be heard. And in fact, people pay a lot of money to go to psychologists just for that 1 hour or couple of hours of time just to be heard. And a lot of times just hearing somebody out really solves a lot of problems, because people just went out and just want to communicate exactly what are they feeling, instead of just keeping their feelings pent up. So that is the important part. And then she talked about how you should have those friends who you can talk to at any given point of time, rather than having a certain superficial friends. So one might have millions and a lot of followers and friends on Facebooks and social media and everything, but those people whom you can probably just pick up your phone and call in the middle of the night and just say, hey, just want to chat with you, and the other person says, yeah, hi, yeah, just go ahead, I'm all ears. So I'm all ears is something is probably just you want to hear.
And how did you feel, Manas?
A great exercise actually. And in fact, I will end up having a friend like that. I'll start. I have a couple of friends, but maybe I haven't really reached out to those people as yet on certain things. So yes, the looping was perfect by Rupa. Whatever I spoke, she perfectly close looped it. So and she gave a very patient hearing. So that was the great part.
Excellent. See, it feels so nice to be listened to. And it's so interesting that these groups were formed automatically, but Sunita got paired with her friend Guru Prasad, and Manas, you and Rupa both were having technical issues. If you go back in the chat and see, you said you will not be able to do the exercise because you have technical issues, and Rupa said she will not be able, and you two both of you who were having technical issues got paired together. So interesting how universe pairs people together. Anybody else would like to share? We will do one more share and then we'll move on.
Pradnya Naik here.
Yeah, hi, Pradnya.
I was in room 1 with Anirudh Singh.
Yes.
And he spoke first. He spoke about his, during the lockdown, he was supposed to he had some plans regarding what to do during this current year. But due to the lockdown, some of them had to be take a back seat. And now he is going to go to visit his parents after a long time, and how he's excited about meeting them. Then after that, he will be meeting the other members of his family, his in-laws and all. He'll be traveling after a long time, and he's very excited about that.
Excellent.
And then I also countered saying that how the lockdown has kind of become a boon to me, because there are certain things I was wanting to learn from so many years, but due to some reasons I was not able to go to actually physically go to the centers and learn these things, like learning a foreign language, or say getting together with friends who share common interests in music or other things. But this was not possible earlier. But now we have formed our own chat, our sessions on Zoom, and how this is kind of like a boon. And I wanted to relax, work at the same time, learn at the same time, spend time with family also at the same time, and all this kind of things, as if somebody has granted a boon and everything is happening together. But at the same time, there is also a worry at the back of my mind that how secure are our jobs actually. We will get to know actually during this lockdown period. So it is always better to learn something from this and keep continuously upgrading our skill set, so that whatever the future doles out to us, we should be able to face it in a very positive manner. So I think Anirudh gave me a very, very patient listening, and it was very nice talking to him.
How did you feel, Pradnya?
I felt very good, because actually I spoke to somebody after a really long time. Even if we are working, we are all together at home, but we are all busy with our work from home, our individual this, that. But I mean, it was really nice talking to somebody. As somebody just said, you really want to talk to somebody and just talk. I mean, whatever, and sometimes you need a sounding board. Just you talk, and that person, whatever you say, just listens without actually judging you or giving you advice. That is the worst thing, actually, people giving you advice when you say something. So if somebody can just listen to you without advising you, do this, do that, or anything, that would be great.
Thanks.
And I had a really good time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope Anirudh also feels the same way.
Let us hear from him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely, Pradnya. So that was really nice actually interacting with you. I would say it was, after a long time, I had felt that I was being heard. Because many times, as just you mentioned, that when you start speaking, interacting with someone, maybe the people who are very near to us, they jumps to the solutions. Say you come out with a problem, you just want people to listen about that, how you're feeling right now. But then people start giving their judgments, giving their suggestions, giving solutions to what you are talking about. So that's one thing I've learned about active listening is that you are there to listen to the person, let the person speak his heart out, and rather than judging him and speaking out something to him. So that
Right.
was one learning that I see I've learned from this exercise, and
Thanks. How did you feel, Anirudh?
that was really great. It was really good, I would say.
Very
I
good.
felt
Awesome.
happy about it.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great, friends. Really appreciate your participating wholeheartedly into the exercise now. So there is one more part to the session today, which is about mindful emailing. But I'm also mindful that we have come to the like it's an hour up, so we could either break now and take up mindful emailing next time, or we could continue and discuss about mindful emailing. So just like to hear from you whether you would like to break out and continue next time, or should we take another 15 minutes and talk about mindful emailing, which is also something which many people find challenging these days. Continue. So I think it makes sense. We should not exceed the time limit. So we will talk about emailing next time. We will close the session now. Thank you very much for participating. And we will have a special session on 24th of July at 6:15 p.m., which is about gratitude. That's a very powerful session. So please block your time, 6:15 p.m. on 24th of July. We will meet again for attitude of gratitude. And in case you have any suggestions or requests for the topic that we should cover in the upcoming sessions, please feel free to share, either DM me or post it in the chat box. It's fine. Thank you very much. I'm here for a couple of minutes to take any questions or any other comments that you may have. But thank you very much once again. Thanks for joining.
Ashish, this is Guru Prasad here.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Of course, of course.
We are listening to so many people, but some of the people, when we are interested, we just actively listen.
Yeah.
But when sometimes, like when the some speech is going on, it is not very good. We tend to, the mind just goes away. How to get into that mode then to listen?
So, see, it's a choice that we exercise, Guru Prasad. More than whether we are liking it or not, whether it is of interest, whether it is in our interest to listen to that person or not. Like when we were in college, the professor would be saying something and our mind would wander away to the canteen. But it is in our interest to bring it back. So even if it is boring or, it is in our interest to listen. And that is where practice of mindfulness comes in, where we keep bringing our attention back and back, back again and again. So in case when we do mindful breathing, we bring the attention back to breathing. And in case it is listening, we bring the attention back to listen to the speaker. It's a natural tendency of the mind to wander, and that is where mindfulness comes in, that we practice and focus it. That's where focus, attention, concentration comes, where you can direct your attention at will. Automatically it may go somewhere, but can we focus in the minute and the moment at will? That is what mindfulness is about.
Okay. So consciously we have to listen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking that, Guru Prasad.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nagraj. Thanks, Fatima. Thanks, Kanika. Thanks, Pratnya. Thanks, Cyril. One more minute and we will close. Any last Hi, Sunita. So happy you could join today. You're mute. You're on mute.
Yes.
Hi. So happy to see you.
Yes, yes. Beautiful session. Enjoyed it, Ashish.
Thank you. Coming from you, Sunita, it is so valuable to have this feedback.
Beautiful, beautiful. I just took a screenshot to post on our group.
That will be nice. That will be nice. So this is something which we do on a regular basis, Sunita. If it is okay with you, then you can let me know and I can add you to the group, and then you can participate in the sessions when it is convenient to you.
Definitely, definitely. I'll message you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for a wonderful session.
Thank you, Sunita. Thank you. Nagaraj is also there. He can't speak because he's in office.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Nagaraj.
He is in office. He will not speak.
Anyway, Guru Prasad is our Quantum Leap member only. So it was a surprise in the breakout room. Video is on and I'm saying, oh God.
Small world, really small world.
Yes. You are in Delhi, no, Ashish?
Yes, Gurgaon.
Okay. Fantastic. And I today what I learned is about the aspect of dipping as an aspect to be just present to that one dipping of the sensation of how we are feeling, how we are getting distracted. A beautiful term I picked up, and thank you for a wonderful session. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Ashish then.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye, Guru Prasad.
Bye, Guru Prasad. Bye, Nagraj. Bye, Sunita.
Hey, hold on, Guru Prasad. You hold.
Guru Prasad,
Guru Prasad, wait. I'll just take one screenshot and put on Enlightened Warriors.
So you were in Bangalore 2000, which year? 18?
I am in 2018 and also 19, 2000, 17.
Okay.
It was 3 repetitions of MMI.
Yes. So I'm going to complete in next. My one is remaining.
Which one?
Guerrilla Business Warfare.